He's been walking for all of 2 days. Remember, he's been in a wheelchair this whole time? Whatever. I feel like I just had my heart ripped out again. Oh, I'm crinkling pages. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. That's my son. That's my boy.
Alright, people. I am sitting outside in my backyard right now because we are reading the Tandem. Look, so I had a lot of deliberation, and there was a lot of people that told me why and why not I should be reading the Tandem read, and I decided to end up going with the Tandem read just because I saw a lot of little considerations. A lot of people said that sometimes Tower of Dawn can get a little boring. Honestly, so far, I'm about the same distance in on both books because of the Tandem read. Tower of Dawn is actually really interesting, and I'm actually liking it a little bit more than I am Empire of Storms, but at the same time, I'm not a big KO person, so I'm honestly surprised I'm really liking Tower of Dawn. Anyway, we're not talking about what I like and what I don't like yet. I'm just telling you why I decided to do the Tandem read. So a lot of people said if you don't love Kale as a character as much as you do the other characters, then maybe you should do the Tandem read just to keep you interested. And so that's mostly why I chose to do the Tandem read. They said that this one can get a little boring and this one's just action-packed. So far, I'm liking them both. I feel like I am actually liking Tower of Dawn more, which is interesting because it is not action-packed and this one's very action-packed so far. But I'm loving the vibes of both. I'm loving Nesrin. So now we can start talking about why I like each book. So, Tower of Dawn, you start reading little bits of chapters at a time. So you're ending up reading like one chapter at a time, but that's not really an issue for me. I'm really enjoying the Tandem read so far because it's giving just one big book so far. Because I'm switching off from these characters to then going back to Aelin, Aedion, and Rowan, and Dorian, and all of them in this book, it's giving just a regular Sarah J. Maas book in this series specifically, just because when we were reading Queen of Shadows, we were getting Aedion, Rowan, and Aelin and Kale, and then we were getting Dorian's point of view in a separate chapter, and then we were getting Manon and Astrid's characters in another one, and then we were getting a lead in another one, and that was all in one book. So you were getting all of these different points of views in one book, and that is essentially what this is. What these two are together is just one book separated into two. So I don't feel like I'm getting taken out of the story, and I feel like it's honestly really nice the way that this Tandem read is set up, because then I'm getting to a good part in this one and then I'm moving on to this one, which I feel like is what she did in the other books, is she gets you to a point where you're like, oh my god, I'm excited to keep learning, and then she cuts you off, which is exactly what this is giving. So I love that element of, oh my god, I need to keep reading so I can get back to those people, and that's why I'm liking it so far. Anyway, yes, back to Tower of Dawn. With Tower of Dawn, we are following Nesrin and Kale, and they have this sort of relationship thing happening, but they haven't really admitted that they like each other yet. Kale has just gone through this very hard situation because he got beat by the king, and he has now a spinal injury. So now he's going to the Tower of Dawn, the Torah Chesme in the southern continent, to go get their help to help him get his body back. And so when he gets to the Torah Chesme, which is this city, I can't remember the name of the city now, that city is where Nesrin is from. So that's why she went with him, also just because they have this relationship thing going on. But when they get there, they meet this person who's like, we'll totally heal ya, or whatever. And I'm going to put you with this person. And that person happens to be Irene Towers from The Assassin's Blade, taking us back all the way to the beginning of the series, which is just so fun, because when I read about Irene Towers in Assassin's Blade, I used to call her Urine, so that was a humbling moment when I found out that it was Irene. When I read about Selena, because she was Selena at the time, and Irene meeting each other in Skulls Bay, I loved that interaction. I loved seeing how, because at that point Selena was not the Selena we know, and so it was kind of, ooh, I don't know if I really like this Selena. But then we got to see the Selena we know with Irene, the kind, caring person that we know Selena to be, but also still feisty. And she helped Irene get out of Skulls Bay, and she taught her a little bit of self-defense, and she said, I want you to continue your healing education. And that is when Irene went to Antica. She went to Antica, which it's in the southern continent, and she hates the people from Otterlin. So Irene is now back in the story, which I love because I feel like Irene's going to be such a good character. I've heard a lot of people say that she ends up being one of their favorite characters in the whole series, which is crazy considering that these are the last 2 books, right? Before Kingdom of Ash. And if you're reading it in publication order, you're reading this one and then you're reading this one. Because if they end up being one of the favorite characters in the series, that means that she stole your heart from the book right before the last one in the series. I think that's pretty crazy. I love her so far, and I love how they're bringing in little aspects of Assassin's Blade, of Aelin teaching her how to self-defense a little bit, and how she's teaching the other healers how to do this self-defense sort of thing as well. And then we're also getting, in this book, we're getting Aelin, Adian, and Lysandra. They are all going to Skulls Bay currently to go get some allies, so then she can finally claim the right to her throne in Terrasen, which I think it's all just so full circle that we're getting Irene in this book, and she is now a healer, and she is helping Chaol, and she hates Chaol because he's from Otterlin, and he was under the king's rule for so long. And so she hates him for that. She hates him. She hates Dorian because she thinks that Dorian is just going to continue what the king was doing. So she hates them. Little does she know that he is literally the best friend, past lover of Aelin. And Aelin is back in Skulls Bay where she met Irene. I love that. I'm loving these books so far. I keep saying book because I keep thinking one book, but no, it's multiple books, and they are amazing. And it's just so good. I'm interested to see the rest of Chaol and Nesrin's love story begin to go together. I want to see if their love continues or if it actually just ends up fading. I also am interested to see if Chaol ends up not being as strong as he thinks he's going to be, because we all know he's not going to be as strong as we think he should be, or he thinks he should be. And it's going to be hard for him to get back to his healing journey where he can start using his feet again, because right now he can't use his body from the lower half. So it's going to be interesting to see his progression in this story. I am excited to see the rest of the characters and how Irene is going to react when she finds out that Selena/Aelin is actually Chaol and Nesrin's queen, which is going to be super interesting. As for this one, I'm having a harder time getting into this one, and I think it's just because it's very action-packed at this point, and it's, you should think, yes, I'm going to love that, and it's going to be awesome, but at the same time, I'm just having a hard time because there's so many moving parts. I don't know where I'm heading at this point, and because they're on this ship right now, I feel like we're finally getting to a point where I'm like, they're going to meet each other, they're going to get back to each other, we're going to get there. We just got to a point where Manon is supposed to kill Astrid, and I don't know why I also have an emotional attachment to Astrid, but she is supposed to kill her. The hunter, the Porchlight. I don't know. I feel like Manon wouldn't do that. I feel like Manon would, even though she's supposed to, she's going to do what she's not supposed to, and she's going to save Astrid, and it's going to kill her and the 13. But at the same time, I think this is where their story takes off, and they separate from the witch clans, and they start doing their own thing with Aelin and the rest of the group. I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is so good. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. I had a really big update for the first time. I should have updated you a little sooner before I started reading, but I have it all set up. Tandem is set up. I am ready. I am going. I'm already a quarter through these books. I should have updated you sooner, so I'm sorry, guys, but I'll update you again when I get about halfway, maybe, or whenever I have a good update. But sorry, I ranted, and I go on a lot of ADHD tangents, so I'm very sorry for that, but you'll get used to it because that's how I am. Anyway, I'll catch you up when I have something else to catch you up on. So I'm reading Tower of Dawn. Today, during my lunch break, I did a little walk. I wanted to make a comment just because I feel like Kale is like, look, I love Kale, right? But at the same time, I feel like sometimes, how do I put this? I feel like sometimes he is a little just not self-confident, and I feel like he needs to be more self-confident. Him and Irene just got to the place where she is teaching self-defense to the other healers, and he is going to be helping her teach them. She's going to help teach them. She is having him go there to help teach some self-defense to these girlies, and the whole time he's just being self-conscious about himself, and he's being self-conscious about his injury, which, yes, I get it. So injuries can be pretty difficult to get your self-confidence through, but at the same time, I feel like he has always been just not self-confident in himself, and him too. I want his character to have great development. He deserves that, and I feel like he needs to get that, and so I am excited to see maybe a little bit of a change in his healing journey. Irene can kind of tell as well, and she's trying to be like, dude, we need to talk about your past, we need to talk about what happened, and he is super hesitant, but I really do think that if he just talked about it with Irene, which he is opening up a little more, that maybe he would get better, and get better a little quicker. And I'm loving Irene and the way that she's approaching everything. I feel like she is a strong character, and I'm really already liking her, which is saying something because we only have seen her in Assassin's Blade, and now we're seeing her in Tower of Dawn. I really want to see more of her, and I am interested to see, it seems like they have some sort of attraction for each other. I'm definitely interested to see what type of relationship they pursue, because I feel like in general they might end up having like a good relationship with one another, and I, as much as I would love to see him and Nesrin together, I actually wouldn't mind him and Irene. So we'll see what goes on. Anyway, I feel like I have to update you because I think last time I talked to you, I was probably about here in the book and then here in this one. So it's been a minute since I've talked to you guys last. Everyone told me that Tower of Dawn was probably not going to be my favorite. It's going to be kind of boring. What are you guys talking about? This book has been, in my opinion, so much more interesting than this one so far. And maybe it's just because I haven't gotten to the turning point, because I know that this is just all adventure, but I'm so into this. Yes, Kale has his person now. He has Nesrin. It is so cool and it's so exciting. No, I like him with Irene. If they aren't endgame, I'm going to lose my shit, because I feel like Kale and Irene bring out the best in each other. They have some chemistry, which I didn't think that Kale and Nesrin had chemistry, and it's very apparent so far in this book that no, he is not meant to be with Nesrin at all. He is meant to be with Irene. I'm loving it. I'm loving Irene's backstory coming out a little bit more. I love how she is helping him so well in getting his mobility back. I'm loving Nesrin and Sartok. Don't beat on me if I say this wrong. I love Nesrin and Sartok. I think that their chemistry is amazing and I'm loving it. I am also loving that there's just little bits and pieces coming out about what is going on in Otterlin, and I feel like that's really important for Irene to hear, because I think we need to get to the point where she brings up she knows Selena, and I think that's important. I think it's going to be such an important part of the story between both of them. Ooh, and the whole meeting of the guy who lost 20 years off of his life because of the spider, that whole story coming back around. As soon as I heard Spider Silk, am I losing my mind? Was Spider Silk in this one or was it in this one? Either way, when I heard Spider Silk and then he started talking about it and he was like, I lost 20 years off of my prime, I was like, we are full circle right now. We are literally going full circle. We're meeting all of the characters that were the big plot point in Selena's life in Assassin's Blade, and it's just like, it's chef's kiss. I'm so loving this so much. And then you get this one, and we're back with the Pirate Lord. Literally, these books, we are getting every part of the Assassin's Blade back in real time. I'm obsessed with the way she's doing this. In this book, we're back with the Pirate Lord, and we find out that she's trying to get him as an ally, and oh my god, when she reveals herself as Aelin, because he knows Selena because she destroyed all of the slave trading in Assassin's Blade, right? As soon as he sees her and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here, Selena? And she's like, just kidding, I'm Aelin. Ooh, that was so good. I also am here for their banter in that moment, her and Rowan, loving it. I am also absolutely loving the chemistry between Aiden and Lysandra. I really hope that they are endgame and that they end up together at some point, because I feel like they are a really good couple. And then I'm also loving the side story of Aiden's father, his real father, coming into play, and it being someone who was also blood oathed to Maeve. Whoa, there's so much. I am losing my shit because every little thing, every time they bring up Dorian, let's just say that, every time they bring up Dorian, I just get this really strong sense of impending doom. And I know I've said that already, but I don't know, it's making, if something happens to my boy Dorian in this book, I will literally drive myself to Sarah J. Maas's house and lose my shit. I love Dorian, and there's no specific reason why. I am obsessed with Dorian, and if I lose Dorian in this book, I'm gonna lose my shit. After all we did in Queen of Shadows, not me acting like I was there, and all we did in Queen of Shadows to save that guy, he better not die. I'm gonna lose my shit. But the tandem read is going really well. I am actually really obsessed with this, and I think it definitely was the right move to tandem read it, just because of the things happening at the same time. I'm really enjoying that aspect. I'm also getting through these books really quickly, which is also super helpful in doing the tandem read, but I definitely didn't need to do the tandem read because this is not boring like everyone says it is. But I will keep you guys updated. I am trying to get through these today because shit, I still have a lot of this book left. I'm trying to get through these today just because I'm going backpacking tomorrow, and I can't bring the books, and I'm kind of upset because I've been highlighting. Let me just show you. I've been highlighting. Oh, I guess it's way worse in Tower of Dawn. I am not really highlighting in Tower of Dawn because I lost the marker that I was using, but I have been, there we go. I've been highlighting a lot in the books, so I know I could highlight on the Kindle, but then I'd have to translate it to my book, and I don't like doing that just because it's not easy to do that, and it's also just not fun. I love in the moment being like, Mark, get off. Just little things in Empire of Storms, there's just a lot of little connecting things that I'm like, oh my god, I need to remember that. The way Rowan talks about Aelin makes my heart just pop out of my chest. And then we have Manon's story. It's just so good. I want to know more. I feel like we haven't touched on them in a while, and I'm like, What happened to her? She escaped with Astrid. Where are they? Why are we not getting them back in Empire of Storms? It's pissing me off. I need to know if they're okay. I need to know if those two have chemistry. Are they going to end up together? Did they make it out? Is Manon dead? Is Abraxas dead? You know what I mean? Where is she?
Where is she?
It's pissing me off. We're getting more of a lead story in Lorcan, which is fine. I think they're okay. I think they're cool. They're probably going to end up together. They're pretending to be a married couple. But why are we getting their little side story traveling with the little circus when we're not getting Manon? It's important. Why are we not getting the important shit? It's pissing me off. She plays with our emotions too much, bro. I'm loving it, though. So, I'm going to continue reading. Hopefully get most of the way done. So then when I'm on this backpacking trip, I can just devour the rest. Start Kingdom of Ash. I'm scared. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm dropping trash. Sup, chat? Yep.
Out here.
It's about a pterodactyl. Ooh. Style.
This better not get posted.
I'm for sure posting it. Oh, I filmed 16 minutes worth of me talking about the last, I don't know, 20-ish? No, I can't, the tandem read is really messing me up. So I went on a backpacking trip. And when I went on the backpacking trip, I finished my portion of Tower of Dawn before the long stretch of Empire of Storms. And I did start the long stretch of Empire of Storms, which, if I'm thinking of this correctly, it's probably around chapter 34, 32 of Empire of Storms. Then it goes all the way to chapter 51. So it's a big stretch. And so I had talked about that with you guys, and then I realized that my phone camera was actually, my camera was faced the other way. So you were just looking at my water bottle and my copy of Empire of Storms that you were resting on the whole time. You weren't looking at me. So now I have to re-talk about all of these things as best as I can. Oh man, I am stressed. But I had a lot to talk about because there is a lot of different relationships forming. There's a lot of things going on in the plot that are just like, whoa, and you really want to talk about them. So we finished reading the Tower of Dawn stretch that I did, and it was just a few chapters. I think it was 1 or 2 chapters. And we have mostly, those chapters followed Nezrin and Sartok, which, if I say his name wrong, I am sorry. But at the same time, I don't know how to say half of these names in Sarah J. Maas universe, and you know what, most people don't either. So we're all in the same boat. But Nezrin and Sartak are on their little adventure, and they're going through all the booby trap stuffs in those tombs or tunnels, I don't know, whatever. So not super interesting, but also pivotal to their plot of them kindling their relationship even further. I am a fan of Nesrin.
Sartak.
Definitely a fan of Irene and Kale, and I think that they should end up together for sure. I think that those two pairings are better than Nesrin and Kale together, so I wouldn't be mad if their relationships continued to form. Moving on from Tower of Dawn, because Empire of Storms is insane right now. Oh, so we finally get Rowan, Aelin, Aiden, Lysandra, and Aelin.
Bruh.
Did I say Aelin or Aiden? Their names are so similar that I keep getting them mixed up. We have Aiden, Aelin, Rowan, Lysandra, Gabriel, Fenris, and I think I said Lysandra, but we have the group and they have made it to Skulls Bay. They are talking with Rolf. That's how I say it, so get over it. They're talking with Rolf about becoming an alliance, and so they finally get to that point where they're like, fuck it, whatever. This is also the time where Aelin comes out as Selena Sardathian to Rolf because they had a really bad situation happening in Assassin's Blade, which I am absolutely loving the parallels in Empire of Storms to the Assassin's Blade because there are so many, and I'm absolutely loving the parallels and how her life is actually being so much better than what it was in the Assassin's Blade, and how I love it. I love all of it. But he realizes that Aelin and Selena are the same person. And Rowan, the banter with Aelin during the scene is just amazing, and I'm absolutely in love with it. We then go into the Sea Dragon. Lysandra? Top tier. She is the top tier book character. I think she literally might be my favorite character in this whole series. Her and Dorian have this little place in my heart that I just can't get rid of them. Specifically, Dorian, just for no reason at all, he has a place in my heart. So I love them both so much, but Lysandra is such a badass in this scene where she becomes a sea dragon and attacks, and God, oh, Aelin's powers are so insane. The both of them, they have such insane powers, and I am absolutely just, it's so pivotal to the story of gaining these alliances, but then also fighting to keep these alliances, because at the same time, Aelin has no plan, or has a plan, and no one knows about the plan, so that also makes it difficult, right? But at the same time, she knows what she's doing. It's so good. It's so good. For us then to go directly into Rowan and Aelin's scene. Them together, gorge. I love them together. I think they literally might be one of my favorite fantasy couples. And Rowan has hit that top spot of my book boyfriends. He is surpassing Xaden right now.
What did he say?
And I think it mostly is just because of his words. The way he talks about Aelin, the way he treats her like a queen that she is, but also at the same time lets her do everything she needs and wants to do because he knows that she is capable of it, which is just so romantic and sweet. Oh man. And just like the things he's been saying to her in this book so far has made me just like, I'm obsessed with him. Like Rowan saying, I love you, I'd walk into the burning heart of hell itself to find you. Just their relationship, it's gorgeous. I see every part of you and I am not afraid. Like, besides their beach scene, them going into being on the ship together and her having these other issues and him always pulling her down from what I view as these bouts of anxiety, which I definitely feel like Aelin has anxiety. And it is portrayed through her fire being uncontrollable and having these issues with keeping herself calm in these situations. And Rowan always being that supporting factor for her of, I'm going to pull you back down, I'm going to ground you, and I see every part of you and I am not afraid of you. I think their relationship is top tier because he is able to bring her down from these moments of what I believe to be anxiety. And when you're in the right relationship, they are able to be the one to help you come down from those moments, right? I also love the quote, my name is Aelin Ashweaver Galanthne, and I will not be afraid. Like the parallels, again, to Assassin's Blade are just amazing. I'm absolutely loving it. And then on top of that, we're getting Manon on the ship as she's been captured because Abraxas came and brought her from her gut spilling out after being attacked by her grandmother and disowned by her grandmother, trying to be killed by her grandmother, and Abraxas bringing her to Aelin was just such a big moment and pivotal to there actually being this relationship between Manon and Aelin of we can be together and we can be a badass team. Absolutely loving that we're finally getting Manon in Aelin's grasp and having that. What I did not see coming was that relationship between Manon and Dorian. So left field, but also makes so much sense because Miss Sarah J. Maas cannot write a platonic relationship to save her life. She, literally everyone is coupled up and they will be coupled up, and even when they should probably be single, they're still in a relationship or get into some sort of sexual relationship, whatever, you know what I mean. There is no platonic friendships in this universe, and so that's why we get Manon and Dorian together. Love them though. They're both hot, so they both deserve each other. Manon is badass, and Dorian is also badass. I'm loving the phantom hands. I'm loving it all. Definitely interested to see where that goes, because I believe my Dorian, my soft heart thinks that Dorian deserves a happy ending, and I really am excited to see him actually fall in love with someone, and hopefully that person is Manon, because poor Portia, if that's how you say her name, I have no idea. Dorian deserves it. I love Dorian. I literally have no reason to, but I love Dorian. Moving on. Also finding out that Aedion has a father. What? Very, very interesting. I'm also loving Aedion and Lysandra's relationship because they're not pushing it, they're letting each other do their thing, but they also definitely have this thing for each other. I'm loving Lysandra in her ghost leopard form, lying her head on Aedion's lap, and him just like, I want to pet her because she's a ghost leopard. No, I'm loving their relationship. I'm loving Aedion and Aelin and their relationship as cousins, just getting stronger, and it's just everyone is having just a crazy time right now in Empire of Storms. Meanwhile, Chaol and Nesrin are just la-di-da-di-da through their book right now. We have not finished with Empire of Storms yet. There was a lot going on. We have not yet reached all the characters, and I will be talking about Elide and Lorcan because what? Finally, Lorcan knows that Elide is not Marion. No, she is Elide, and she is running to go find Aelin and Selena, same person. But Lorcan now is like, oh, my wife has been lying to me, which he knew. But now I have to follow her because I need to kill this fire-breathing bitch queen, Aelin. So love that side quest, love that side story. I loved how at one point, let me just pull it up. I definitely saved because I thought it was so funny. Where is it at? I'm interested to see Gavriel and Fenris, their addition to the story. I know that Gavriel is the father of Aedion, but I would like to know more. So I'm interested to see where their story comes in. Where is it? There was a quote that I saved that was so freaking funny because it was in a letter to Elide. Everyone loves calling her fire-breathing bitch queen. I'm loving it. It's so funny. Dang it, I can't find it. There's a quote where Elide gets, I believe it's a letter, it's been a minute since I've read it, but it says, I know he's going to come up with many different ways to keep calling me fire-breathing bitch queen, or different ways to call me a bitch or whatever. It's so funny. And then we also have Elide and Lorcan actually falling in love with each other, which was kind of a given considering their fake dating, fake marriage, if we will. But that was so sweet. The moment where he was like, I promise I will always find you, and her responding to that and saying, I will always love you. I will always find you as well. Aww. But I am currently on the chapter where they finally kiss. They're laying on the ground and they finally kiss. So there's definitely some things going on. Love that for them. Love that everyone's finding love in this book. So I finished chapter 51, moved on to Tower of Dawn. And in Tower of Dawn, we have Nesrin doing her little side quest thing. She's extending her exhibition with for another 3 weeks. And then we have Chaol. Oh, sweet baby Chaol. I don't know why everyone hates him because he's really just not that bad. So why do we hate Chaol? I know that I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I don't hate him in any sort of way. But Chaol, sweet Chaol, took his steps. I'm excited. I don't know if you could tell. I'm excited. He took his steps. he is walking again, and it is all because of freaking Irene. Irene, I love her. She literally, her, Lysandra, Dorian. Dude, those are my characters. I love Irene. I think she is just so sick, and she's getting him to share his emotions, which is a part of the recovery. And so he walks to her, and he finally admits, dang, she's beautiful, and they kiss. I feel like everyone's kissing in these books right now. Oh, dude. I'm literally in the middle of this chapter, and the chapter you may ask is chapter 39 of Tower of Dawn. And my highlights. He didn't understand how she could be so delicate, so small, when she had overturned his life entirely, worked miracles with those hands and that soul, this woman who had crossed mountains and seas. And it was only when Irene settled her hand on his chest, not to push him away, but to feel the raging, thunderous heartbeat beneath, that Cale lowered his head and kissed her. I'm kicking and giggling and screaming my feet. Huh? That's not saying. I can't scream with my feet. You get what I'm saying. He was standing, he was walking, and he was kissing her. Oh, so good. Oh, and I wasn't the only one who highlighted this. A lot of people highlighted this because it is good. It is a good piece of literature. It was like waking up or being born or falling out of the sky. It was an answer and a song, and she could not think or feel fast enough. His lips caressed her in patient, unhurried movements, as if tracing the feel of her. But his kiss was thorough, as if he wanted to learn every taste, every angle of her. There was, they might be my second favorite relationship. And this is why I'm wondering why people hate Cale, because Cale and Irene, guys, I had a lot to update you on. I don't even think I even got to all the points that I did in my original video, so if I didn't, I will add those at some point in here. But I'm enjoying this. I am 70% of the way through in Tower of Dawn, and in Empire of Storms, I am 72%. So we are staying on the same track of being at the 70 and 70%, and earlier we were at 50 and 50%. So we're staying pretty equal in each book as we're going, but I am enjoying it. And I did end up moving to my Kindle because carrying 2 books is really tough. But I am highlighting in my Kindle, so then when I finish in here, I can just translate that to the book with my highlights. But carrying 2 books was a little tough, especially when backpacking. I didn't want to carry 2 books, let alone 1 book, because it's too heavy, so I ended up just bringing my Kindle. So yes, Kindle is how we're reading this right now. I'm enjoying it. I am eating it up. It does take me a little bit of time to get through everything that I can in these books, just because it's a lot going on. I have a lot going on at home, a lot going on at work, a lot going on in general. It's summertime, so I'm super busy, but I am reading literally as much as I can. But it's taking me a long time, and I'm also not reading anything else besides audiobooks right now. So my June TBR went to trash because I was just reading this, and we're already halfway through July, and I'm still just reading this and audiobooks, but it's just not the same. I'm not getting through my TBR. I didn't even make a TBR video this month because I am so focused on reading these books that there's really no need for a TBR. But I will keep you updated when we get further. I probably won't update you for a little bit because I don't have much to talk about, so here, enjoy a few clips of my life in between, and I will see you when I see you. You're so cute. Look at you. Tell me why I was just going to read my tandem read here at the library on the corner, and it starts hailing. I'm stuck in a monsoon. I can't leave now. I have to just sit here, which I'm not complaining because I love the rain and I love reading in the rain, and I can smell it, and it's gorgeous. And but wow, what a change! What a change! Aelin frightens everyone, but not him. I think that's why she fell in love with him against her best intentions. Rowan beheld all Aelin was and is, and he was not afraid. So good, I love it. I'm currently on a break at work. Oh my god, I can't even comprehend what just happened. Please hold. I just finished chapter 65 of Empire of Storms. And we have Manon and Aelin going back in the mirror to see the past or whatever and see what's going on. And Nehemia shows up to Elena, and we're getting that flashback of Nehemia talking to Elena, and Nehemia thinking that she's going to be the one to take on this war and help her people, and it's not. And Nehemia finds out that it's Aelin. And now we know that Nehemia knew the whole time that Selena was Aelin. And I don't know what to do with that. I feel like I just had my heart ripped out again. Going through Nehemia's death again. And I feel like I don't know how to process that information, but it's getting so good. I'm literally going back and forth between these books right now. And I want to take every break at work that I can to read as much as possible, and I'm going to finish this hopefully today. I do have golfing after work with my cousin and her husband and Brandon, but as soon as I get home from that, I will be finishing these books because what? Oh, Sarah J. Maas loves a last 100-page thriller. I can't now. Why do I have to be working right now? I don't have enough 15-minute breaks to do this. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Yep, I'm on page 654. Maeve, you awful bitch. I don't even know what to say. How dare you manipulate so hard that you kill Rowan's mate, so then he ends up with Aelin, which I'm so thankful that Aelin has that relationship with Rowan, but you killed. Oh my god, it's so devastating. It just gets more and more devastating. I don't even know how to speak about this. Oh, I can't cry. I can't cry at work. I'm on a break right now. I can't go back crying. I'm so close to being done. Fuck you, Maeve. Literally, fuck you, Maeve. Oh, it's so good. Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god, I can't even. Gonna finish Tower of Dawn. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit. Alright, bye. I need you guys here as well as I finish these few pages.
Bruh.
Rowan and Aelin are mates. Damn. I mean, I knew it, but like... Literally the most devastating news I've read. I've literally only read like a few pages, and I was like, I'm just gonna read a few pages before bed. Yeah, so what is this? Chapter 73, 74 of Empire of Storms. And I just read the part where Rowan is like, where's Aelin? Where's my wife? This gives the same vibes as, that's my son. That's my boy. We're just reliving the end of the Triwizard tournament right now with Aelin and Rowan. My wife. Where's Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Oh, I fear that it's the most devastating shit ever. And then I was like, that's all that can happen, right? It can't get worse than that. No, it can. Because they're fucking married. So then Harrison has a king. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick to my stomach. This is so devastating. This book is so good. I have like 10 pages left. And I fear I'm gonna be broken. I'll see you at the end, I guess. Where's my wife? Cool. All right. Alrighty, guys. So last time you saw me, I was not sick. I got sick this weekend. Literally the day after I finished Empire of Storms, I got sick. So I haven't really been doing any reading. I've been trying to read Tower of Dawn, but at the same time, it's been really difficult for me just because I'm tired and I've just been sleeping. I think I might be starting to lose my voice just a little bit, which lovely. But you also didn't even get to see the end of Empire of Storms because my phone overheated and decided to stop recording. I was losing. Please hold. Let me not get too excited here. My emotions though. I was losing my mind because what do you mean they got married? What do you mean he's the king consort of Terrasen? What do you mean she's just gonna give herself up like that? Lysandra's pretending to be Aelin, and then all of these people coming up. We have Ansel. Oh my god, we have Ansel coming back with all of the Red Desert. We have the Iron Teeth troop. What's going on? And I'm like, oh, so incredible. She writes so good. I'm dying, but yeah. So I'm reading Tower of Dawn. I have maybe 30 pages left. I don't think it's that much. But we got to the point where Kale and Irene figure out that the Vogue is just a parasite and that Irene can take the parasite out of the Fae and of the people. They could take the Vogue out because it's a parasite. But then there is a Vogue hiding as princess here. So now they have to deal with that. So that's where I'm at. I'm at them trying to figure out what's going on, where Hazia is going. I don't know if that's how you say her name. And finding out that we have Miss Duva, the princess, who is not princess, is dead and is Vogue. So, interesting stuff. I will keep you guys updated. Maybe I'll just read a little bit here. I have a photo shoot later, so I'm just going to be chilling until then. So I'll probably try to finish this book just because I want to move on to Kingdom of Ash. So I would like to get as far into as possible Kingdom of Ash with my Audible, as well as reading. I'm going to do an immersive read where I'm going to read both just because it's a little bit easier for me to get through these fantasy books if I'm listening and reading at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. Luckily, I'm going on a mini vacation, so that plane ride is going to be amazing for listening to Kingdom of Ash and reading Kingdom of Ash. But it's so good. So Tower of Dawn, here in a sec. Music is added to the experience. Let's go, Kale. I like Kale in this book. I don't know why you guys hate Kale in Tower of Dawn. I love him.
this is making me actually like him because I never liked him before, and this is making me really like him. I really like his relationship with Irene. So I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I like him. It's great. This is perfect. We're so close, ladies and gentlemen. No, no, no. I'm scared because at this is the point where she could start killing off people, like our main people, and I'm gonna lose my shit. No, I'm interested to see what it's like outside. I love it. Guys, we're almost there. Page 68. Chapter 68. Cute. Calm down. As if she'd learned the cadence of his steps. Man, he's been walking for all of 2 days. Remember, he's been in a wheelchair this whole time? Whatever. It's cute. I can't be mad. It's cute. As if she took none of them for granted either. That's cute. I like that. Is everyone just getting married at the end of these books? What the fuck? I'm good, big dog. All right. What? Neither will teasing your wife about it. How else am I to assume myself during long hours than by teasing you, Lady Westfall? Oh, I'm crinkling pages. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. For someone who hates being called Lord Westfall, you certainly seem to enjoy using the title for me. Ma'am, because he has something worth living for now. Oh my god, stop. That's cute. Please ignore it. I can't. My nose is draining. So we're getting a little flashback. Will you marry me, Irene? Will you be my wife? I hope that we get that with Manon and Dorian. I hope that they get married because they deserve it. They deserve it. I love Dorian. I love Manon. I will cry if they don't get married. What do you mean? Because I'm not alone. And because I found my courage. I can't wait until she sees that Aelin is Selena. Oh, that happened a lot sooner than I thought. Oh my god, he knows, but he wants Irene to find out herself. I think that's so sweet. I don't like that. What do you mean the chapter's called Fireheart? I'm about to get destroyed. That's what's about to happen. I love it! This story of yours better be worth it. It is. Oh, fuck! What do you mean? What does this mean? What do you mean? That was incredible. 100,000,000,000% do the tandem read. Yep. You could read them separately after that. But no. Tandem read these. I immediately need to start Kingdom of Ash. I can't. I need to take a break. I need to read 2 of the other books that I have on my list that need to be done before the summer ends, and then I will be reading Kingdom of Ash. Those will take a day because I could finish that one book in one sitting, so it'll be good. I'm nervous. I'm so scared for this series to be over. I have not connected to a series as much as I have this one in so long, and dare I say it, this is better than ACOTAR. I'm ready for my heart to be ripped out by Kingdom of Ash. Oh god, I need to take a mental break.